The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me the most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Et tu, Brute? Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world, like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs, and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. Beware the Ides of March. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shadows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, "This was a man." Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. And since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of. When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. There are no tricks in plain and simple faith. Bid me run, and I will strive with things impossible. La culpa no está en nuestras estrellas, sino en nosotros mismos, que consentimos en ser inferiores. The ideas of March are come, soothsayer, I, Caesar, but not gone. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. Let me have men about me that are fat. Yond Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. As I love the name of honor more than I fear death. As he was valiant, I honor him, but as he was ambitious, I slew him. And Caesar's spirit, raging for revenge, with 8 by his side come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry, "Havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial." Now let it work, mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. what a terrible era in which idiots govern the blind. And it is very much lamented that you have no such mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your shadow. I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream. The genius and the mortal instruments are then in council, and the state of man, like to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection. O pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. He reads much, he is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays, as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music, seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit, that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men as he be never at heart's ease, whiles they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. And some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs. O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Yond Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. This rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives men stomach to digest his words with better appetite. No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflection, by some other things. But for my own part, it was Greek to me. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions littered in one day, and I the elder and more terrible. If I could be well moved, if I were as you, if I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. I was born free as Caesar, so were you. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech, to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. But 'tis common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. But when he once attains the utmost round, he then turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the vase de frise by which he did ascend. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn and accents yet unknown? But men may construe things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of the things themselves. Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me? I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them, the good is oft interred with their bones.